What's going on, guys? Matt Manduke here, and of course it is Tuesday, so I have another drone flight for you. This one is South Millville, and by South Millville I mean that I launched from my mother's backyard. And with launching from my mother's backyard, you can see, well, it was weird for me because I grew up there and I was familiar with the woods that used to be there, but from overhead you really can't see the woods, but the woods aren't there anymore because years ago Millville opened up the dike that made what you're looking at now. The water used to all be forest, not all of it. Some of it was actually water, but now it made it all tidal and it's killing all the trees in order to make more wetlands, which is both good and bad. But the forest that I grew up in, that I used to play in when I was a kid, is now underwater, and I can get to it from my kayak, but I cannot get to it on foot, even at low tide, because on low tide it is mud.
What's that? It's poop.
It was always kind of muddy anyway because of location and sea level and all that stuff, but so it was kind of weird for me, and I actually got lost partially because of the lighting, because you can see it's dark, and because it's getting to be sunset, the lighting on the drone wasn't all that good, so I couldn't really see everything in great detail. Also because I was getting torn up by mosquitoes and it was hard for me to focus. Now, I don't know if they're bats or birds that are circling around the drone, but I think they are very interested in the drone. And that was something I could see that on the screen, and it kind of made me nervous. And that's part of how I ended up kind of getting lost. But I can't really lose the drone as long as I don't hit anything. And I'm clearly way above the trees, so I can't hit anything. But that was what I saw. So what you're actually looking at here is the pond that I was talking about. Well, that used to be a pond. The houses that you can see that are like right in front of you right now, they're at the end of Garfield Street. And they both kind of recently sold, but you can kind of see their backyard. And up Garfield Street, you can see the HUD houses. And in the far background, you can see the warehouse that's on South 3rd Street. And toward the left of that, and you do actually get that in a shot, you see what used to be Ball Foster, but they knocked all that down. It's all warehouses. Then if you look back, that white roof there, that's Henderson's. That used to be a wetsuit factory. I don't know if they're still operable, but they're there. And you can see the houses on Plum Street, but we really can't see my mother's house because of the angle of the trees and all that stuff. And you can see some of the houses on 2nd Street there. Millville doesn't look so bad from above now, does it?
I just feel like it's not important to anyone.
Now, I'm a little jerky and jittery because I'm trying to figure out where I am, and I've never really seen that neighborhood from that perspective, and it's a little bit more difficult because of lighting. As I look down, it focuses on the ground, but I can't really go, ooh, those trees, I know those trees, because how could you? But so that gives you an idea what you can see, and one day I'm going to take my kayak out there, and you guys will be able to see it that way from the kayak, and I'm probably going to do the drone while I'm on the kayak, but it's a tidal thing, and that hasn't happened. Well, I've launched from the backyard, but I haven't launched with the drone from the backyard. In fact, I haven't done it this year, but it is going to happen, I'm telling you. And what you're seeing there, that's Peak Avenue, which is a little bit further down. It's on the other side of what used to be the junkyard, and I'll show you that when I go back there with the kayak and do all that stuff. And I'm thinking that might happen fairly soon. But you can see the structure. Now, while I'm talking, and because clearly I am, I want to talk about a couple things that are going on in my head in the last couple of days. And I've been really abrasive, and I've been abrasive partially because I haven't been sleeping very well. Not the last couple of days. I've maybe got 4 hours in the past 2 days, and that's been a little bit awkward. I'm actually recording this the night before you guys are seeing it, so that the audio is, recent. And there's a few things that have been kind of irritating me, and I think I'm going to end up getting angry about Eminem tomorrow. Tomorrow being when you're seeing this tomorrow, so Wednesday, because I'm trying to do angry on Wednesdays. I'm trying to have a structure of the channel now, but I'm not really declaring it as the structure. But you guys are noticing that I'm doing those Hungry Shark or Manduke Plays videos every Monday. I actually have them pre-scheduled for quite a while. And I've been trying to do drones on Tuesdays. I'm trying to do angries on Wednesdays. I'm going to try to do the quest for the best cheesesteak on Thursday. But this week, I don't have the money, guys, because I'm waiting on unemployment. And I maybe have my house sold, so that's good news. But I won't get anything for that for a couple weeks, maybe a month. So I don't have the money to do quest for the best cheesesteak this week, so I think I'm going to do a story time for that. Story time is going to be about conspiracy crab, and you guys, longtime subscribers know who conspiracy crab is. So we're gonna dove into how I got conspiracy crab on Thursday. Friday, I haven't decided what I'm doing as a long-term thing. I have been doing remixes of the Sis video, and I probably am going to do the remix of the Sis video. This week is going to be the Sis video, kind of like the greatest hits that you saw last week, except for I'm going to add some of the comments that I've been getting, because there's no way you guys have seen them all, and they're very entertaining. Saturdays is another day I haven't decided what to do with. I want to do more traveling stuff, but as I'm currently waiting on unemployment and I'm in that in-between time with money, I can't really do that. But this Saturday, I am planning to go to the Wildwood Car Show, so that'll be coming up. I'll probably be releasing that the following Saturday. And Sundays, I'm trying to focus on after unboxings for now. I know that's not the structure of the travel channel that you guys are, that I have, but, this channel is more than any one thing. It's my entire life, and, I have so many things going on. I can cycle different things, and that's why I'm not dedicating that's what I'm doing with these days. It's just that I'm trying to have a bit of structure in the way that I do things, and as I figure it out, that's when, there you go, there's an overhead. And you can see quite a distance from there. I'm going to have to fly the drone again during the daytime where you'll be able to see it better. It's interesting to see people's backyards and the tops of their houses and that kind of stuff. And to fly in the drone is kind of obscure. I know it's a toy, but like the views that you get are interesting. And I'm not really supposed to fly in Millville because of the airfield, but my drone is a toy drone in size, so I get away with a lot of things. And I'm not that high above the ground where it's even necessarily noticeable. I'm only about 120 feet high. So it's not really a big deal, even though there is changing height to the ground there. And I'm familiar with that because, well, like I said, I grew up in those woods. And you see all those dead trees there. They're the woods that I grew up in. It's sad because all those trees are dead. But it is kind of understandable because we do need the wetlands. Oh, no, that's not actually that. I'm actually further than that. That's on the other side of where the junkyard is, because that's Henderson's. And now I'm flying toward 3rd Street. That drone does get a nice distance, and it's interesting to see it in the way that it is. Like, that's 2nd Street that I'm over now, or Delsey Drive, Route 47. And it's interesting to see it in that perspective because I'm so familiar with that neighborhood, and I know it, so it's interesting to see how far it actually gets with that, because I'm flying it all over the place. But if it's not relative to you, that you don't necessarily know how far away you are. And I was still having kind of trouble figuring out where home is, but I kind of just used like the auto return to home, and so it's just like directly coming back to where it landed from. So then it's going to do the landing process and touch down. So now you have an idea what I'm planning on doing with the week and a couple things that are going on with me. And I'm currently temporarily banned from Facebook for being a bully. Posted something controversial, that's not unlike me, because I do that regularly here with Angry. And some people attacked me, and I saw them as mosquitoes, so I smacked them. Well, the force that they bit me was not anywhere near as hard as I smacked them back, and they got offended and reported me, and now I'm a bully on Facebook, but I don't see how defending myself makes me a bully. I'm not going to get angry about that. That just is what it is. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this and you want to see my other drone videos, you can check that out. I really want to thank you for watching. I'll see all my friends later.